Cool. So, you ready, bro?
Yeah, bro.
Let's get it. Okay. Well, without further ado, let me let me begin the intro. Let's do the intro. So, freaking nervous, eh? But not easy. Let's send it. Okay.
Just kick
So,
back, bro. It's chill. It's like a
mm.
Discord chat.
Yeah, now word. Okay, well, without further ado, what's carving, my lords? Welcome to the first episode of the Flood Podcast, Keka. So, today, we have a very special guest. We have the one and only, the Warden of the North, the Clan Lord of AJX, the winner of the very first Flood Dance Tournament. We have Buffalo Wings.
Let's
What is called?
fucking- What's carving, my lord? What an
Well,
entrance. I need like a song or some shit.
yeah, bro, I'll edit like a song over it. Heck yeah. Nah, sick. But yeah, bro, do a quick like introduction of yourself and yeah.
Yo, I'm Josh. I go by Buffalo Wings. Um, I'm in like Hot Chocolate Crew. Um, what other crews am I in? Grove Mines. Um, I run JD Studios up North Side for ages, just like a dance studio for kids. And then what else? Not much. I dance and I battle and stuff, you know.
Yeah, nah,
Oh
that's
yeah, and I'm a father of two, and we got a
a
garage out here with session and shit. Let's go.
congratulations, bro. Nah, that's cool. So before we begin the first segment, I just want to talk about my vision for this podcast. So I thought a podcast would be a really carved way of making a compact, easy to consume document for flood law. I want to interview every flood dancer, specializing in the history and the philosophy, just so we can share it to the future generations and also just make it so we have something to listen to every week, eh? So I think it's carved. This week we have Buffalo Wings. Next week we'll have another guest. Freaking carve the space. So, Buffalo Wings, I got a few more questions before we begin the main segment. What's your nationality, bro?
Um, I'm like half Indo, half Javanese, half white, like Irish, Aussie white. That's the way.
Nah, sick, bro. Nice. How old are you?
I'm 26.
Nice. How many years have you been dancing? And what other dance styles do you do?
So, oh, hold on. Grade 2017, grade 3 minus 9. Maths, hey. Probably
Mm.
2008, I like was first interested in dancing. I probably started taking classes at like local spots around 2010. And then, yeah, I danced in Newcastle. I learnt break in Newcastle from Pepsi. Um, B-boy used to train with one of my B-boy mates that um, my most recent B-boy teachers today. Then I got a bunch of animation I learnt from YouTube. That was probably like my first love of Marquis Scott. Um, in probably around about 2011, maybe 2010, when YouTube was first popping off. And I was like copying a bunch of waves and like animation and gliding and shit from Dragon House. Um, and then I like found studios around like 20, maybe like 2012. I started up with like studios and shit because, oh, that was back when Soul Studios was popping off in Nambour. Shout out Sunny Coast, let's go. Um, spent my high school there, but yeah, I went Soul Studios, found a bunch of choreo stuff. I was doing choreo stuff for maybe like 6 years on and off. I stopped in about 2019 when I met all the homies, like the Hot Chockey and the Golden Coastline, and like B boys and crumpers and yeah, a bunch of the Queensland freestyle people in that era around about 2018, 2019. And yeah, I've been learning a bunch of styles. So I learned popping and animation under like Clarence and um, oh, Kai. Yeah, yeah, Kai. I forgot his last name.
Oh
But
yeah, cut.
Singapore popper. Yeah, yeah. I
Mm.
was learning popping under him for about a year. Um, yeah, did a bunch of waving, did a bunch of animation, did a bunch of breaking, did hip hop. Um, I'm like a crumper at the moment. I've been crumping for like 4 years, and I've been flooding for like maybe 5 years or 6 years. No, maybe about 5 years now. I was introduced to flood. And yeah, I've probably been like properly flooded for about 4 years, a bit longer than I've been crump. Yeah, I just fucking I done a bunch of styles here and there all over the place. Um, had a lot of pasts and interests, but yeah, at the moment I'm basically just flooding and crumping. That's the way.
Yeah, bro. Nah, carve. Sweet. And we're definitely going to be expanding that flood a bit
Yeah.
more, eh? In
Oh
a
shit.
bit.
Oh, let's go.
Yeah. So this podcast is gonna have three segments. So the first segment is just the introduction, like some basic lore of the person. The second will be like 9 questions I'm gonna be asking everyone, like general questions. And then the third segment will be like person specific questions. So I reckon we start the second segment, bro. Cool. So the first question is, when and how did you meet Max?
When and how did I meet Max? Oh, you've frozen a little bit. That should be sweet. Oh, there we go. We're back, I think. Um, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, sweet. Um, Probably met Max maybe like 2017. I might have met Max. And it would have been at a battle or something. I
Mhm.
properly met Max in 2019 when Clarence was hosting his animation classes at the Queensland Freestyle Jams. And then I like rocked up to the jam that was after the little class. And I met practically all of Golden, not Golden, all of Hot Chockey practically that night and around like that same era, maybe that month. I don't know when in 2019, but it was in 2019 sometime. Maybe early year, late 2018, something like that. But yeah, that's when I met Max. When and how, and yeah, yeah, there we go. That's all of those ones for you.
Sweet. Yeah, no, thank you, bro. The next question is, when and how did you first hear about flooding? Hear and see flooding.
Oh, true, bro. I was on pretty early. Um, onto the bandwagon pretty early. I was doing your job from way back, Rain.
Mhm. Oh,
Um, from pretty much when he first started uploading it on Instagram is when I caught onto it because I was following Motion Max, because he was like judging a battle, I believe, when I followed him or something like that, or he was battling in it. I don't know. But yeah, then I started seeing this fucking zombie shit pop up that was all gross and yucky, and it was cool. And he said something about flooding, and I'm like, oh, that's like Flood from Halo. And then it was like Flood from Halo, and I'm like, oh, that's fucking gangster. So I've been following it ever since. Um, Not its conception, but ever since it was like a decision, I guess, maybe, and started uploading on Instagram. I don't even know when that was. Maybe that was like 2020. Nah, nah, that's bullshit. Maybe it was probably like 2018 or 2017, I reckon. Maybe more like 2017. I don't know. Around about then.
hmm.
That's a
My,
max
my
question.
approximation would be 2018, I reckon. 2018,
2018?
like
Yeah,
late 2018 or like 2019?
yeah, 2018 sounds about right. Because that was like
Mm.
when I finished high school and I was like moving to Brizzy and dancing towards the city more.
Mm. Yeah, nah, sick. Cool. Thank you, bro. The next question is, what storylines have you been involved with in flood lore? For example, like myself, I've been involved in the Adelaide Flood storyline, in the Privilege Crusade storyline, in
The
the
what storyline?
oh, that's a whole lore, bro. Trust me. The Floodfest storyline, I was like a minor role in that. So
Hmm.
like you were there from the start, so this question might not be as like
No,
important, eh? But
I can
like,
get some I can
mm,
get some stuff. Yeah. You might hear it from a bunch of other like GMs too. Um yeah, I was here for um oh fuck. I could give a background. So yeah, there was like some performances that we did. We did the Hotter gig. That was a pretty big one. That was like um a big like art exhibition thing, but it was like specifically a space dedicated just for flood, and it was really cool. A really cool idea. There was a lot of growth through that, and there was a lot of lessons, um, a lot of building through the process of doing that. That was probably from memory like one of Flood's first big, probably the first big production. Um, and then I was there for the NZ timeline when Flood first ventured outside of Australia. That was a really big time for like a big lesson for me, big time for me. And yeah, it was just four of us boys plus my family came along too. So me, Jonah, and Jeannie. Um, so yeah, that was a big adventure. First, yeah, first time Flood been out of Australia. First holiday with the family. That was a big time then. Um, and then yeah, I was there for when the belt system was forged. I forged that in the forgery with Max. That was a pretty um, very growth oriented time when there was a lot of structure being put into place, a lot of discussions, a lot of thinking, a lot of growth, yeah, a lot of building. What else? AJX, I created the first flood clan outside of Grove Mines. So, like the first branch or the first seed that fell from the Grove tree. Um, and I started that up on Northside. That's probably one of the most recent things. Um, yeah, and I've just been like cultivating shit up Northside ever since. So like yeah, all of the Northside Ajax lineage is all happening around like the 4-5 where I live and happening around my space. And at the moment, like happening in my garage. Like, oh no, I'll show you. I'll fucking
oh
check
shit.
this out, bro.
Oh, what? Yeah, I haven't seen this yet, eh? Nice.
Yeah, bro. Hutto did that shit. He went ham. We got
Nice.
like, I don't know if I can turn my camera. I can. Look at that, bro. That's gangster. Yeah, so we recently just did up the garage. Little
Mm.
Hot Chocky logo done by Ajax Zero. Um, some more graph walls, got some mirrors and shit for like classes. And yeah, we got the casting couch over here that I'm on.
Nice.
Bro, so yeah, this is where Northside Flood's at and Northside Street Dance. But yeah, Ajax represent baby. Let's go.
Bruh. Nah, thank you, bro. Sick. And yeah, we'll talk about Ajax a bit more further down, eh?
Yeah.
Cool. So the next question, bro, is for you, what is flood dance? Like if you were to get into the whole philosophy of it, how do you define it?
Um. Oh God. It's like a language, I guess, maybe.
Hmm.
Flood dance is like a language of people that I'm familiar with and like a language that's like close to home, I guess.
Fair enough.
Yeah. I think that's yeah, that's all. That's all. It's
That's
pretty
all.
pretty simple. Mm.
Yeah, no, word, bro. Heck yeah. Cool. Now the next question is, how do you use flood in your life?
Exactly, um, the way I think a language should be used. I use it to communicate. I use it to share, um, and I use it to like tell stories and pass on knowledge and experience and teach lessons. Um, and I also use it to express myself as well, and yeah, like connect with people and the land and shit, and yeah, just connect with the present, connect with right now, where I am and shit.
Word? Sick. Cool. Okay, next question is, why do you like flood?
Um, I like flood because it feels familiar,
Hmm.
and there's not many things that feel familiar that are like around me in day to day life, if that makes sense.
Hmm.
Not many things that feel um like good pals, good mates that we go way back. I think yeah, I think it makes yes, it's just a familiar, it's a familiar feeling, familiar environment, you know,
Hmm.
and yeah, makes me feel good, makes me feel nice. Right, it makes me feel at home, G. That's the way. I share my shit, I get my shit off, I flood the space, and it's like I've just like prayed or some shit, you know, or
Nice.
some shit.
Yeah, sick. Heck yeah. All right. Second last question, bro. How has flood impacted your life?
Oh, dude, flood. Oh. I think that's a bit trickier. I think there's like two different things that are like coming to mind. There's like how the flood culture has impacted my life, and then like how flood dance, like the language, has impacted my life. Um, I don't know. It's yeah, it's hard to say. I think the language is tied to the culture, but yeah, flood culture has impacted my life greatly. The people that have been around, the people who like cultivated flood and just like the energy and the culture within it and the sort of environments that have been throughout the creation and the cultivation of flood. Um, oh wait, what was the question again? Keep me on track. I'll be back real
How
quick.
has flood impacted your life?
Yeah, yeah. And yeah, I think that energy has and people in that community have honestly like raised me in a big sense, raised me into adulthood. I think that's a big part of my life. And yeah, when I otherwise would have spent time growing and building and figuring shit out alone, um, flood was like a way to really grow up in a sense, you know. Um, and realize what life's about, and yeah, just like set me on my path and like figure out what my future holds and know myself, know my worth,
Mm.
know what's going on, and be confident in myself.
Beautiful, man. Nah, that's carve. Sweet. Okay, cool. The last question of the second segment is if you could say a message to any new flood dancer or just the flood dance scene in general, what would it be?
Fuck. Oh no. I think I'm going like full cliche. Dance is life, bro. Life is dance. How you feel when you dance is how you feel with your life. And how you feel in your life is how you feel when you dance. Dance, don't dance, but that's all you gotta know.
No, I love that quote, bro. Like when we met, like after Floodfest, and you said that to me, I was like, shit, that quote hits hard, eh? So now
Yeah,
that's a
man.
carve kicker for sure, list, bros. Heck yeah.
Bro, dance has been hard for me in a lot of ways. But yeah, that's why I wanted to keep doing it. It was like showing me some shit, showing me life,
Mm.
showing me my life at least. Yeah, I think that's a good one.
Yeah, bro. Freaking
Bro,
beautiful.
I'm a yapper, so I could think of so many things. I've been teaching kids for a while. But nah, that's the one. That's the one I think.
Nah, nah, it's sick. Nice. Okay, cool. Okay, that's the second segment done. Okay, cool. So, how you going, bros?
Yeah, good, bro.
Blazing the space on the Como Brazix
Nah,
car.
I'm just smoking darts, bro. Oh yeah, I actually had coincidentally, I had the shittest fucking day alive.
Oh, what?
I'm not gonna share too much, but the whole day was like stacked with like busy
Hmm.
bullshit.
Well, we can cut anything out of this if you want as well, bro.
Oh no, no, I'm not gonna.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't want to share too much because yeah, that's a yarn, bro. I already went over to my cousin's house and had a fat yarn and like had a couple billies. So I'm chilling now. I'm happy, but fuck, it was a long day. Holy shit. That's how
Okay,
I'm going anyway. That's a rare occasion for me. Very exciting day.
fair enough, bro. Well, I'm glad that we can have a laugh now and all that. And I hope this is like a carve end to the day, bro. But yeah,
Yeah,
that's
bro, I'm
it.
kicking back now.
Sick. So yeah, okay, the third segment, yeah. I want to ask you some like specific questions for you about you. So
Mhm.
we all know that you're the clan lord of AJX. Could you give us some more AJX lore? Specifically, like what does AJX mean and like what's the community vision of that and like the why, the when, the how of AJX clan?
Bro. Okay, okay. Nah, it's a good one. This is a good place to put that info. Well, let's go. I'll drop it on you. Let's have a yarn. Um, so Ajax started in uh, like 2022 or 2023, one of those years. Um, and I've been doing a lot of shit in Flood. I've been contributing a lot. I've been participating a lot. I was um, participating a lot in like development of shit and like systemization. Oh yeah, I was contributing a lot to Flood. A lot of my time, a lot of my effort, a lot of my energy. Um, and I was in like the sort of mode where I had um, so much to share. Um, but Flood was fresh because I was a teacher, but Flood was fresh. So I um I started a clan. It was very small at first. There was obviously a lot of interest in Flood because it was new and that's like all cool and shit. Um, so there was a couple people that I had in mind, and then I pulled together Rayhan and John, who were like living on the north side at the time. Hold on. And when I say north side, I'm saying like not northern suburbs, Brizzy, but the suburbs that are north of Brisbane. So like I'm living in the 4-5, so that's like um pretty central north Brisbane. Um, and then like you keep going up to the sunny coast. Strathpine um is like maybe one of the or Strathpine area, like the 4-5, is one of the first big areas into like suburbia outside of the city on the north. Um, well, like sorry, into suburbia out of like the built up suburbs. Chermside's pretty built up now. That's like 20 minutes north of the city. So yeah, and yeah, there's not really too much dance going up in the north side in terms of street dance. So yeah, north side was just a big opportunity for like people who were dancing up north side to and who were like keen on flooding to get in, and there was a lot of people up front. But yeah, the first members were Rayhan and John, and we back when it first started, I was teaching basics and I was just labbing. I was labbing so hard and I was getting so many ideas. I'm a teacher, so I always like to like articulate and put what I'm doing onto other bodies and shit. Um, and that was really good for Rayhan and John. Um, we got a we had a lot of development then. There was a lot of development in flood then. The space where we sessioned is even before AJX started was the north side spot. Um, it was like
That one
when
footpath, right?
yeah, yeah, you went there, yeah.
Bro, that spot was sus as, bro. I was like, we were, I remember we were walking there. This is the first day I learned flood. We were walking like along this footpath, and then you just like stop randomly, and then we were like, all right, we're here. And I look around and I'm like, where's the spot? And he's like, this is the spot. I was like, what the fuck? And then
Yeah,
there was that
bro.
one like Domino's bikey guy who kept on like driving down the footpath. And like mid-session we had to like move out of the way and all that. I
Yeah.
was like, and then yeah, nah, it's crack up.
Nah, that was the spot, bro. There was so many level ups there. Huda, Voodoo, GM Voodoo, classic quote that like stands to this day. There's crack in the air, bro. On North Side, there is crack in the air, bro. Whenever we're there, it's like level ups time, bro. Because
No,
we used to jam in the house just like behind me here. I'm on the balcony, and it was like real fucking tight and condensed, cluttered and busy, and it was like a real confined energy. And then we just bring that straight to the park and like open space, dog park, trainers on either side of us, and then like trains coming past. It was just like straight flood, full immersed, no setting up needed. Just drop your shit and start fucking hitting your next steps. And then we were just throwing down, and then yeah, that energy kind of continued through Northside AJX development. And then yeah, we'd hold a bunch of sessions there. Shit was crazy. We've had pretty much all the states that flood pull up to that session now.
oh yeah, there's the Adelaide and then me. Yeah, nah, sick.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
Um, Odin's that was I think Odin's first time flooding there, or it may have been at a flood event maybe. But yeah, Odin's come to flood sessions. All these like fucking heaps odd occasions. Just whenever it's north side shit, because there's nothing on north side. So whenever people are up here, it's always hosted by Buffalo Wings on the north. Warden of the North, baby. So yeah, that's we cultivated a bunch of shit. We kind of are all geeks. Like we're all like AJX Zero is like math geek. He's like full math geek, and I'm very analytical. We like to think, we like to philosophize and shit. There's been a lot of discussions about stuff, and we like apply that into how we dance. And um, yeah, there's like so much writing, like the amount of fucking mirrors, because we use the mirrors for the walls are like also white on the back, and I've written on all of them. I also read over all the mirrors too and like take photo. Yeah, there's like so much maths, so much fucking shit going behind the scenes into like what we're trying to figure out with dance. And really, it's just fucking, we're just talking our shit in the languages that we like, and expressing it the way we like, which is like maths with our body, which is carve. Um, and then, yeah, that works into the philosophy. We had a bunch of chats, and pretty much AJX is at the moment. We are just ambassadors for the culture. I think the flood culture um, is fresh, and it's it's almost like a breath of fresh air. It's really easy to what's the word? It's like it's easy to be a part of because it's so familiar and like organic. Um, it's not like systemized shit. We are literally just doing, we're just speaking the slang that we speak. We're doing the moves that like we do. We feel the way that we feel. There's no sort of like convoluted or like deep shit to like get into. It's really just a face value what it is. It's just bro, it's just a living life, bro. Like were all the dances that I did, all the cultures that I was influenced by were so far disconnected from me and my life and what's going on right now. All the things that I was taught so far disconnected from like what I'm experiencing right now and the struggles I'm experiencing right now. Bro, the sort of culture that brought me into flood is like help me accept that and like overcome, I guess, that disconnect, teach me things, bring me present to what's going on right now. And I pass that culture down to AJX. And we focus on that. That is the prime goal. Um, my main mission is to like cultivate positive culture for kids and the next generation because they're the ones who need it most. I needed it. Lots of people needed it and um, weren't like I guess didn't have access to um, maybe like an avenue that allowed them to feel comfortable, um, or maybe just an avenue to for them to like fit in, maybe. Um, so yeah, I really wanna keep that authentic culture around, keep it real, keep it present, um, as organic, as authentic as possible. That's always been the way. And really it's just revolving around dance because yeah, I know there's a lot of dance is really important to me. I've had a lot of trauma from dance. I've also had a lot of like lessons, yeah, a lot of like bad experiences in like dance communities and dance culture and a lot of lessons from like things that don't work in expressive environments and flood being um, like open and uh, what's the word? Open's a good word. Open from the very beginning, just open to interpretation, open to expression, open to opinions. From the very beginning, has always been like so current and just so like normal, I guess. I don't know. It's hard to explain. So yeah, I bring that culture to the kids that I teach. I bring that culture to the next generation. I bring that culture to the new flood members. I also, yeah, I teach kids flood. I've taught the first flood dance kids through AJX mentality. Um, And yeah, well, all of the AJX members, which is practically just me, John, and Brooke, we are we're all just doing our own shit, bro. We're in our own avenues, lifting up spaces, like taking that mathematical approach, like doing everything the best we can, like living to our values the best we can, sharing, being an ambassador for that culture the best we can. And bro, I'm really proud of the homies. We're all just doing our shit and running shit up in our own avenues, and I really fuck with it. And then we've got AJX Riz, who's the newest member, who's one of the new gen dancers, who's a real heavy. To be honest, he's a heavy hitter. He's a heavy hitter in flood. I think he's pretty fucking cut up. And he just sets the tone for that next generation of kids that um, I'm I'm teaching and bringing into like dance culture and through flood culture, predominantly through Ajax culture, that north side shit. Um, so yeah, Ajax. Oh, there's like a few little things that Ajax does. Oh, we're doing a gig in Sunny Coast in May. We'll see about that later. You'll see some stuff about that. Ajax did the first clan clash. GMs versus Ajax. Um, it was Ajax Riz versus GM Maisie. Ajax Rook Boogalooks versus GM Voodoo. And then Ajax Zero versus GM Demon. That was crazy shit. That one, that was like a classic. That's like twin Flood versus um twin twin Ajax. Or nah, he is Ajax. Um, because Ajax is J. Oh yeah, here we go. Ajax means is translated to J in geek speak. So J for Josh.
Oh
I've got
yeah, it is. I didn't think
yeah,
of that.
yeah. So I got a J dot tatted on my leg because it's all J. Um, it's one J, it's all J, J dot. I'm J Flood, I'm J Allbird, I'm Josh, Ajax, I smoke J's. Um, yeah, John and Josh. That's where Ajax came from. So yeah, we got high and we started with J, so it's just all J. It's just Ajax.
Oh, that's sick. I knew it was Ajax or Relics, but I
Yeah,
didn't know
yeah,
I didn't put two and two. I was like, oh yeah, Jay and Ajax. Oh, bro, that's sick. That's a nice like Easter egg kicks, bro, in the law. That's calm.
yeah, bro. It's all J's, bro. This is J.
Yeah.
J Flood is Ajax. So
Mm,
Ajax means J. It's just the J clan.
the J clan. Well, when did you meet
So
John?
yeah, then yeah, was
Oh,
there anything else?
oh yeah. Well, when did you meet John and Brooke and all that?
Bro, I met John. Funny story. I met John at a um dancehall Afrobeats nightclub
What?
event. Yeah, yeah. That's where I met John. Um, we had some friends. We used to like we were like friends of friends. My OG dance mates that I was in like choreo crews with were good mates with John, and we met out in the clubs and we danced together. And then later on, John found his way into like freestyle scene and started flooding. And then we like hit it off because we were like in that old environment together, and we're both choreo heads um in freestyle scene that was associated with or with our Hood Dance Academy and shit. So um, yeah, we hit it off pretty good. And then he wanted to flood, and he was living north side, and we'd been hitting it up a few times together. So yeah, it kind of just clicked. And bro, yeah, we work really well together because we were kind of raised in similar dance communities and cultures, had similar influences, um, similar like skills and whatnot. Like definitely in terms of like competitive choreo crews and shit. Um, and then like being a flooder, but who also has that sort of um, I guess knowledge and experience. We kind of just started making a bunch of shit happen and a bunch of new shit as well, like a lot of cool things in flooding. I'll be really like not humble here, but a lot of cool new things in flooding were like AJX shit, or better said, all new AJX shit was new in flooding. That's maybe a better way of putting it. So all the AJX shit that was new, like we made something new. It was like a new thing to flooding, and it was yeah, it's been pretty cool. Um, but yeah, AJX up. AJX currently holds the title for flood battles. Um, yeah, yeah.
That's true.
Currently, maybe not against the GMs like a year back, but yeah, yeah. At the moment, good old big AJX.
Yeah, bro. Can you tell us more about the story of you at Floodfest at the tournament?
Oh, dude, there've been a bunch of like revelations in my life and like some big changes in my life at that point. Um, Bro, I had a big mentality shift going into that flood fest. That was a really good day for me. I loved that flood fest, that most recent one, because I was kind of stepping back a little bit from being so like invested into flood and sacrificing a lot for flood. And I honestly just went into that day. Oh, bro, actually, that's a great question. I was never gonna battle that day.
Yeah.
It was actually 13. Is it Kid Concrete?
Yeah.
Oh shit, yeah, Kid Concrete. Um, or what's his name, Byron, whatever you want to call him. He wrote my name down to battle that day because I originally intended on going in as a coach. I intended going in there as a big homie to AJX Riz. Um, and I was like, yeah, I was kind of like in the process of being a like a soldier or like a frontline DPS unit. Um, and then I kind of like pulled back into being more of a like manager or like a
Priest kicks.
yeah, yeah. Honestly, yeah, kind of just like overlooker. I was kind of more like yeah, just overlooking and watching and analyzing and giving cues and whatnot, and not being as like yeah, I don't know, just a bit of a different role, and it was a bit of a role switch, but it worked out really well because I still went in there. Even he put my name down, and I trusted him because I was talking about it on the cord on the geek cord. Um, it used to be called the chop cord, whatever you want to call it. That one's got history.
Mm.
Um, but yeah, we were talking about it on the geek cord, and 13 was in that conversation, but he didn't say a word, and there was like a discussion about it. Um, and then on the day, I thought after that chat, like, I wonder what 13 thinks about it. And he put in his opinion, wrote my name down, and then I ended up battling. And I went in there for Riz. He did really well. I was really proud of him. He got into top eight. And then I won the thing. And yeah, my whole mentality was just to go in there and just share. I'm like a teacher. I'm here as a coach. I would come here and just show flooding and show what I do with flooding and try and be the best mentor and like coach and leader as possible. And I guess I led myself pretty well because I ended up winning. I ended up beating some Sydney fellas, and I
Mm.
think Fission Melbourne maybe is Fission Sydney or Melbourne?
Melbourne.
Melbourne, and then yeah, I beat some of the GMs, and then yeah, it was like a really eye-opening time for me because I stepped out of battle mode and won the battle, which was
Mm.
really interesting. Yeah, so yeah, that was a nice moment. That was a really good day. I love supporting everyone. I was hyping everybody. I'm like, oh, it's Rain Moon Night. Let's go. And I'm like, oh, it's Ajax wins. Let's go. I was wanting everyone to win. I was fanboying so hard. It was like watching fucking, I don't know, it was like
Like an
fucking
like
watching State
Avengers
of Origin
Endgame.
or some shit, bro.
Yeah, bro. It's like Avengers Endgame where all the Keckers like come. Or it's like Jujutsu Kaisen when like Yuta comes and meets the main cast and shit. Like all the
Yeah,
clans and shit come and like yeah.
it was lit. It was so cool.
Yeah, that day was sick, eh? Well, yeah. Is there any last things you'd like to say, bro?
Um, no, all right, man.
Fair
I'm
enough.
Flecker the Ace Specs, my old Lex. Just Ogeka of Kegebex.
FX my old Lex. I reckon Rex. Going forward, what is your intention or what is your plans and goals for the future of Flood?
Mm, well, that is yet to come.
Hmm.
The world is my oyster, you know?
Hmm.
I recently touched base with the Flood, after not really having spoken to him for a very long time. I've been off doing my own thing. He's been off doing his own thing for quite a while now, like maybe a good 6, 7, 8 months or something. Um, and yeah, like I don't know, we may end up going around doing a bit of battling. Might end up traveling internationally, maybe doing a little bit of battling, something like that. Could
The
happen.
Great Crusade.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah.
something like that is not in the books, but it's definitely a possibility. Um, but yeah, at the moment, bro, I'm just feeding my family and providing a space for anyone on the north side of Brizzy to boogie, bro. Um, and yeah, it's been really nice, and we've been having some fun times, and yeah, we've just been living life, bro, which is it. Living life, including flood, and um, with everybody who's a part of its best interests at heart. We're just looking out for each other out here,
Hmm.
trying to live life and shit. But yeah, that's the way. Nothing, no big plans at the moment. Um, but yeah, if you have big plans, come up north, come hit my garage. We'll have an absolute mad time and have a fat yarn, and we'll get down and boogie, bro.
Yeah, bro. Always
Anytime.
guaranteed a banger when we hang with you, bro. Always a banger conversation and all that. So yeah, nah, it's cut off.
Let's go.
Sweet. Well, I reckon that's a pretty carved conclusion to the kicks. I
Oh
think
yeah, man.
off the Shesh Kicker, I reckon we end the Como Brazics now. So
Yeah.
yeah. So any final shout outs or rep your socials? I'll put all the socials on the screen and all that, bro. But
All right.
rep your clan
Um,
signs and shit.
rep the 4-5. Big ups 1J. Big ups J dot. Big ups AJX. Big ups all bads. Um, we going. Shout out Ajax. Shout out Riz. Shout out Genie. Shout out Jonah. Shout out Jalen. That's my fam. Shout out all the new gens. Um, well, who else we got, eh? Shout out GM. Shout out Hot Chocky, baby. Um, fuck, who are we shouting out? Shout out Flood. Shout out Mom. Shout out Dad. Who else? Any big names? What do we got? Who are we shouting out today?
God.
Yeah, shout out God. Shout out Jesus. He's a mad dog.
Yeah.
Um, shout out Max Douglas.
Hmm.
Fucking yeah, hi. Shout out Rain Moon Knight.
What's
Fuck
called?
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Sweet. Well, thank you so much for listening, everyone. I hope you enjoyed. It was a carve time. Thank you, Buff. It was a carve chat, as always.
All goods, bro. Thanks for having me.
Of course, my honor. So, next week we have another speaker. All will be revealed soon. So, thank you very
Um,
much for paying attention, lads, and I hope you have a wonderful day, evening, night, my lords. May the carve be with you, and may you suave the shesh kicker. Peace, peace, my lords. Peace.